Okay, thank you. Alright, welcome back to Scooped Up by an S-Rank Adventurer. Anime review, episode number 7. Yep, we're viewing the 7th episode of the series, Lloyd Saves Ishtar. There's a brief... we started with Lloyd and Claire, where basically they see that the golems... And though, we finally identified who that guy was, because when last appeared they didn't say who he was, so his name is Michelle. So he's informed that the monsters have scattered, so he proceeds to flee. His client comes by, who is a demon general, sees that he's left, and he proceeds to basically he's mad at him because, well, the plan failed, and because he's not there, he proceeds to trash his office. And that's it. That's obviously those two episodes. So basically, Lloyd and Claire basically race right through the golems. They jump over. They're basically caught. They're basically, well, they would be saved. And of course, basically, Lena is with them, with his party. So they basically formulate a plan because their weapons are working to these special golems, because they can't dispel them because these aren't normal golems. So then he proceeds to power up everybody, and they proceed to eliminate pretty much all of the golems, no problem. He is at a point near exhaustion, and he also heals Lena's arm wound that she got from the previous episode. So then Lloyd's taken here by a tower. So then we have one golem left, and the weapons are not working because the power has run out. But he did have a little bit of power left to power up Yu's weapon, basically her big sword, and proceeds to defeat the golem. And with that, Lloyd is proclaimed their savior. Also, Claire is handed off, though she does probably already in the episode. So then, of course, he collapses, wakes up. Apparently, he's been asleep for a whole day. So, because his whole thing is that he doesn't have confidence in anything, he's lacking power. You think that was the reason why, and of course he's informed that Alan has basically abandoned his post. So, because of Lloyd being proclaimed as a savior, Alan and the three girls who tend to cling to him proceed to leave town. Yep. All because Lloyd left the party. And Lena basically admits, she knows that first, basically, she's kind of she admits to Lloyd that Lloyd was the reason why that the previous party was successful. Once he left, the party collapsed. And everybody basically think that, he should have more confidence in himself. Everybody's very happy, and then they get, of course, before we continue what happens next, then we see a guy from the legendary party. So it's the alchemist. So then we have also Thor and Lily. That's the guy's name. He's not the guy I thought they were just his name. Along with Marilyn, where they discuss Lloyd, where he got kicked out of the heroes party, and the fact he joined a certain S-Rank Adventure party. Didn't mention him save a town, but good on basically for them to have this little conversation here. So at least Marilyn is caught up to date exactly what exactly is going on here. And then Lloyd and his party. I would have thought Lena would have joined the party, given the fact that pretty much Alan and the girls have left town, and she basically left the party anyways. I don't think they'd mind. I'm sure basically they would stop by, well, to get her, but no, it's just basically Lloyd and Rick party. When they go to the local lord's mansion, which this thing is huge. This thing is almost like a mini castle of this manor. And they think, it's a butler. Nope, this actually is the lord, Albus Lucius, where we find out, we also have a brief scene with Claire's brother, who forms exactly where she is. A brief scene with that. So then they're informed that, Claire is a princess, which they didn't know that at all. By the way, the whole thing of that, they actually do find out that you misheard the name, so it was something else, but it was actually Claire. So basically, this party has been tasked by the Lord to escort Claire to the capital. And since it's coming directly from the Empire, that's basically where they're going. And that's going to lead to the episode we're going to have next Saturday. Really good episode. It's like you think of this, you watch this episode. This is basically the conclusion of the arc that's going the last few episodes. The arc itself has been going on. Sorry about that. It's been going on since like episode 3, I think it was. This episode finally wraps up because the first two basically. This is how basically you watch the episodes. The first one is all focused on Lloyd, his time with the party, when he left. The episode where he basically met you. The very next episode is basically all from the party's perspective, which led to him, well, joining the party. Then, well, of course, he heals the girl, basically, who's one of her sister. And then they start the official mission the very next episode. And this goes on for the next episodes. So, you can think of basically the first two episodes as a 2-part prologue, and starting with episode 3 is the first story arc. 7 is the conclusion to that. Now, you can also see this as sort of function as sort of a season finale, given what happens here. That we lead to a potential season 2, but this is not exactly, how should I put this? This is not the end of the season. We're only 7 episodes in. You would think, oh, are we halfway through the season? No. That was last episode. So as of right now, we have 5 more to go, and then we're done. And I should point out, though, it'll be next month when this will wrap up. It will wrap up pretty much the same week as Donadon and the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princess. These all wrap up by, and look at the calendar here, provided no delay, it'll wrap up by the 3rd week of September. And I think that is, if I remember correctly, I think that's around, let's see here. Yeah, basically, it'll wrap up the same weekend I am going to Shogi Expo. Yeah. But yeah. Yes, I do find it interesting, so. So, that is pretty much it for a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Next up is One Piece. Okay, thanks for you. Bye.